All right, we got the light under here. Time for us to change out this modulator. Show you guys where we at. So it's on the passenger side. There it is. Appears to be the original one on this transmission. It's still been leaking for the last few days. So I removed that vacuum hose. It's a 9/16 bolt that holds that bracket in place with that brace. You scoop the hose over the vacuum hose so you guys can see it. There it is right there. I'll zoom out, show you guys how I'm gonna get up here. Kind of got a straight shot. And if you don't have these dual exhausts like I got on here, pretty much can get right at it. And I still can too, fairly easy. So the fluid has been drained out here. I recommend draining the fluid out here. You may don't want to remove the pan. If not, get a catch pan out here, something to catch the old fluid. I got something right there, but I don't have no more fluid, and I drained everything out already. Yeah, there's nothing in here now. We're gonna go back with even fresher fluid, and the fluid in here was new. So I'm gonna go back with some new fluid. And let me get what I'm gonna use on here. I'm gonna use this extension with a swivel. There's a 9/16 socket, just to give me a little angle down away from this pipe. But you don't need a swivel on it. You can just go straight up on it with just a decent size extension to get past this cross member, and you'll be all good. All right, we're on here. You guys can see how I'm coming out. So I'm gonna have this attached. I'll use a socket, no power tools for this for me. Don't risk nothing around that transmission housing breaking off. This is a 50-year-old transmission, and I'm just gonna screw it out. I also took even more preventive measures using some penetrant over the last 4 or 5 days, just spraying it up there around that bolt and around the rim of that modulator, just so it can remove freely. Like I said, these parts, this thing is 50 years old, and I don't need nothing cracking off that transmission housing, so I'm gonna use a socket and a ratchet. But you guys can see how I'm on here. I'm gonna make sure we're on here really good as well. A good fit. I can push it down even more. Ain't trying to have nothing strip out neither. That modulator has been leaking for the last 3 or 4 days, non-stop. Despite me draining all the fluid out this transmission. I gotta clean up here too. All right, let me screw it off. I'm gonna try to see if I can mount the camera under here. I'm gonna use 2 hands for this. I don't want it to slip off. That is on there pretty tight. Hold on, guys. Let me break this free. I don't got time for nothing happening. Let me make sure I'm on here, and I'll be back once I get it freed up. And then I'll try to get me a tripod to mount under here. here's the old one with that rod in it. Look at that transmission fluid all, and this thing has been leaking like crazy. This looks like the original modulator from this transmission. Let me show you guys the replacement when it came for this car. The vacuum stem is a little longer. Everything else appears to be similar. This is the part we're looking at mostly, in the length. Make sure they're the same length, or so that brace can fit back around here, like so. All right. Just take some little lube and lube that up once we install it. But the very most important thing is this rod going back in here. It just pulls out. You kind of clean it out. Keep it clean. I'm also gonna measure the distance from here. Just don't want nothing happening. Making sure everything is as it should be. You never know with these aftermarket parts. Let me get a measuring tape. So around 5/8 of an inch sticking out, and that's pushed all the way in. Just remove it, put it back in there. On the same thing. Yep. All right. And that's pushed all the way down, bottomed out. Push that back in there. That's fine. Adjust the shifts on this one. Let me show you guys. You can see that indent inside it. It takes a small flathead screwdriver. You can adjust this thing. I'm gonna leave it like so, just to see where we're at as far as a base, and then I'll adjust accordingly. But yeah, this is it. You can measure the length as well. Just want to make sure everything's the same. I don't got time for, that's an inch. That's approximately an inch as well. And that's the most important part. That brace will go back there no matter what, even if it would have to be bent out a little bit. So we can get that to work if need be. But yeah, we're gonna leave it there at the base where it's set at from the factory. And we'll go from there, like I said, accordingly. All right, let me clean up around there, guys. I'm just not gonna reinstall this. I'm gonna clean up around the base inside the transmission, just with some kind of cleaner on a rag. I'm not gonna spray it in there. I'm just gonna use some cleaner and a rag. Just give me a rag and a cleaner, some kind of cleaner, just to clean in there. And we'll be back to push this back in. Oh, also we can measure the diameter of this. That's as important as well. Take this out. That's very, very important. We have a fluid leaking everywhere. All right, we're right at 1/2 inch diameter. The exact same, 1/2 inch diameter. All right, put this in. The most important part on here, if you don't have that in, you're gonna damage some things inside the transmission. And you really won't get third gear. All right, let me get under here, get this rag and clean up before we press this back in and reinstall everything. All right, we cleaned up and that looks much better. Try to zoom you guys in to show you how that rod or that pin slides in, or where it slides in. Try to get a good view of you all. look straight down in that hole. Thought I could get a good view in there. You can see where that rod pushes in at, and where the modulator itself bottoms out at. So hope you guys can see that. You just an internal look or internal view of how it looks inside of there. All right, we can push the new one in right now and mount it back up. We should be all good. All right, we installed. And now we can attach our brace. All right, we're all good. It's in there firm. Brace is tightened down. I'll show you guys the torque specs for that bolt in a minute. I just kind of snugged it down, sort of tight. And yeah, we should be all good. Hopefully I don't have to make any kind of adjustments like that because it'll be kind of tight. Let me see if I can I'll be able to get something between there. In the event I gotta make some adjustments, I'm making fit a longer screwdriver through there. Flat blade, thin screwdriver. We'll see. All right, I'm going to install fluid, and we should be all good. All right, I wanted to show this that I can make adjustments if need be without removing it, even though I'm in a tight space in here. Got me a screwdriver, flathead screwdriver, small one, pretty long. I got it right in there, and I actually twisted it fairly easy if I need to. So I don't have to worry about that. And I got an even smaller one that's long that can kind of fit through the channel right here, which will allow me to adjust it. Fit right in that channel, a skinny one that's long. And I can make the adjustments if need be. But yeah, I can actually connect the vacuum hose now. And which is good. That's also another important thing. Make sure the vacuum hose has no splits in it, no cracks or nothing. This one appears to be in very good condition. So we're gonna attach Buddy back. And yeah, we should be all good. I'm trying to one hand this. All right. pull it down just a little bit more. All right, we on there. All right. Now I'm gonna fill it up with fluid, and we should be all good. So here I'm filling up with transmission fluid. After I filled it up, I took it out for a spin and it shifted into third gear perfectly fine. Unlike before where it was as if I didn't have a vacuum line attached to the modulator, so it wasn't going into third gear at all. And this remedied our issue and we're all good now. So hope you guys found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Terrence and I'm out.